Now that our new house is finally built, I figured it was time to get a new wife too. What? I asked, shocked. What do you mean by that? I mean exactly what I said, Ethan replied calmly. Since we have a brand new house, I decided I should have a new wife too. In other words, we're getting a divorce, Claire. With that, my husband placed the divorce papers on the table. His mother, Eleanor, who was sitting beside me, picked up the papers and began reading through them. Then she looked at me with a serious face and said, "Claire, please sign these papers and divorce my son." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My name is Claire, and I'm 32 years old. I'm a housewife. I married Ethan 5 years ago. We first met at a matchmaking event. Ethan was a successful businessman working for a big company. He made a good salary, was very handsome, and had a kind personality. I fell for him instantly. Of course, I wasn't the only one. Every woman there wanted to be with him. But in the end, he chose me. We went on a few dates, and after about a year and a half of being together, he proposed. I was overjoyed, and we got married. At first, our marriage was wonderful. I quit my job because Ethan earned enough money to support us. I took care of everything at home, cooking, cleaning, and making sure Ethan had a warm meal every night. He always appreciated my efforts. "Thank you for the delicious meals, Claire," he would say. "Because of you, I can focus on my job." Hearing that made me so happy. I was proud to be his wife, and I thought we would always be like this, supporting each other and living a happy life together. But then, everything changed. One day, I got a call from the hospital. Ethan had been in an accident. He was hit by a car while driving for work. When I rushed to the hospital, the doctors told us the devastating news. He was paralyzed from the waist down and would never walk again. His company provided him with financial support through insurance, but he could no longer work. Our lives turned upside down in an instant. To make things even harder, I was pregnant at the time. We had been so excited to welcome our baby into the world. We were supposed to have a happy future together. Now, Ethan needed constant care. I did my best to take care of him while also managing the house and preparing for our baby's arrival. Ethan was heartbroken. He shut himself off from me, refusing to talk. Sometimes I would hear him screaming in frustration from his room. "Why did this happen to me?" he would yell, punching his blankets in anger. All I could do was watch and cry. It felt so unfair. Ethan had always worked hard. He didn't deserve this. None of this was his fault. But I knew I couldn't stay sad forever. In times like this, I had to be strong for Ethan, for our baby, and for our future. I wiped away my tears and ran to my husband. "I'll do my best to support you," I said, holding his hands. "No matter what, we'll get through this together. Our baby is growing inside me, and I want us to be able to smile as a family." I hugged Ethan tightly. He held me back, tears in his eyes. At that moment, I made a decision. I wouldn't give up. I would do everything I could to support my family. Since I had to take care of Ethan and prepare for our baby, I needed a job I could do from home. In a few months, I wouldn't be able to go out and work in an office, so I had to find something remote. I was always good with computers, so I decided to try video editing. I started learning on my own, reading guides and watching tutorials online. Since I didn't have any income while I was studying, I saved as much money as I could. Once I had some basic skills, I began taking small editing jobs for very low pay just to gain experience. Little by little, I kept getting more work. At first, I took on as many jobs as possible, even though it was exhausting. But thanks to that, I improved quickly. After just a few months, I started receiving better paying projects. Then, I gave birth to our baby, a beautiful, healthy baby boy. Our son, Noah, was adorable. His little smile made all the stress and exhaustion disappear. I worked hard, not just to provide for our son's future, but also because I had a dream. I wanted to build a new, wheelchair-friendly home for Ethan. I never told him, but I was quietly saving money for it. Ethan also started feeling better, thanks to our son and my care. "Noah is so cute," he said, watching our baby giggle. "He really is," I agreed, "like a little angel. By the time he grows up, I want to be able to play wheelchair tennis with him," Ethan said, determination in his voice. "That sounds amazing." I smiled. "I know you'll be able to move around more easily by then." Slowly, Ethan began smiling more and more. Seeing him regain his strength made all the hard work worth it. Juggling work, caregiving, house chores, and raising a baby was harder than I ever imagined. But I didn't care. As long as I could see Ethan and Noah smile, I was happy to keep going. And now, 4 years later, I finally saved enough. It's time to build our new home. When I told Ethan that we were going to build a new house, he was shocked. What? You saved that much money? He asked in disbelief. Yes, I nodded. If we build a spacious house with an accessible design, you'll be able to live more comfortably and play with Noah more easily too, right? Ethan's eyes filled with tears. Wow, Claire, thank you so much. Then he made a surprising suggestion. I have an idea. Why don't we make it a two-family home and have my parents live with us? What? I blinked in surprise. If my mom moves in, she can help take care of me and help raise Noah. That way, you can focus more on your work and we can all live comfortably together. Oh, well, that does make sense, I admitted. Honestly, I was grateful for Ethan's idea. After his accident, his parents, Jack and Eleanor, had been visiting us regularly. They were kind and always appreciated everything I did for Ethan. I had a good relationship with them, so I didn't mind the idea of living together. So Ethan and I quickly reached out to them. Jack and Eleanor were thrilled when we suggested building a house together. I think they were happy to be closer to their son and to live with their grandson. Ethan seemed happier than he had been in years, maybe because he would finally have a home of his own and be able to take care of his parents too. He started talking to Noah more, and seeing them bond as father and son made me smile. I was sure this would bring our family closer and that we would all live happily together. With hope for the future, I kept working hard, and before long, our new house was finally finished. This was the start of our new life. I looked forward to making happy memories with Ethan, Noah, and my in-laws. I hoped things would feel like they did back when Ethan and I were newlyweds. At least that's what I thought. One day, while I was packing our things for the move, Ethan called me into the living room. He said he had something important to tell me. Just as I was wondering what was going on, the doorbell rang. It was Eleanor. Is something wrong, Eleanor? I asked. Oh, Ethan said he needed to talk to me. Did he tell you? She asked. What? No, I have no idea what this is about, I said, confused. Eleanor and I exchanged puzzled looks before walking into the living room. Ethan gestured for us to sit down. Oh, Mom, you came at the perfect time, he said. What's this about? Eleanor asked. You said you needed to talk to me. Ethan cleared his throat and then said something completely shocking. Now that our new house is built, I figured it's time for a new wife too. Excuse me? Eleanor and I both gasped. I froze, struggling to process his words. What on earth do you mean by that? Eleanor demanded, her voice sharp with disbelief. Ethan grinned. I mean exactly what I said. Since we have a brand new house, I figured I should have a brand new wife too. In other words, Claire, we're getting a divorce. His words finally sank in. Wait. What? What do you mean we're getting a divorce? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My voice grew louder. Why is this happening all of a sudden? Ethan kept smiling. Come on, Claire. Have you even looked at yourself in the mirror lately? Your hair is always messy, your skin looks rough, you constantly look exhausted, and now you're even starting to get gray hairs. Honestly, you don't look 32, you look closer to 40. Maybe even older. And I don't want a wife who looks that old. My hands trembled as he continued. So I've decided to get myself a younger, prettier wife and enjoy my life in this beautiful new house. My mind went completely blank. What is he even saying? I had worked so hard, taking care of him, saving money, and building this house so he could have a better life. And now he was just throwing me away. All my years of effort. What did they even mean to him? I was speechless, but Ethan just kept talking as if my feelings didn't matter at all. It's so easy to meet new people now. I can just go on video chats, and well, not to brag, but I still look pretty good, you know. I felt sick. How could you? I whispered. Ethan ignored me and kept going. I told this girl about our brand new house, my disability pension, and how my mom helps with housework and takes care of me. And guess what? She said she wanted to marry me, so it's all settled now. According to Ethan, this other woman was 7 years younger than him. You're unbelievable. You used me and now you're just throwing me away. Hey, I never asked you to do all that. he said with a shrug. You did it all on your own. I clenched my fists. This was insane. As I sat there, frozen in disbelief, Ethan wheeled himself over to a drawer and pulled out some papers. Here, these are the divorce papers. He had already printed them out and signed his part. I've done my part, so you just need to sign. Mom, take a look at them too. I'll probably have Dad check them over as well. He placed the papers on the table. I just sat there, unable to move. Then Eleanor, who had been sitting beside me, picked up the papers and started reading through them. I stared at her. Does this mean she agrees with Ethan? No. Does she also think a younger woman would be better for him? After looking over the papers, Eleanor looked at me seriously and said, Claire, you should just divorce my son. Huh. In that moment, I realized that Eleanor didn't care about me either. I thought she might agree with everything her son had said. I was shocked to see that not only Ethan, but also his mother, who had once been so kind and grateful, had turned against me. The feeling of betrayal cut deeply and left a mark that I would never forget. As I fought back tears, Eleanor continued, You should leave my unbelievably selfish son right away, Claire. What? I was in total disbelief and looked up at her. Ethan looked just as stunned. Mom, why would you say something like that about me? He asked. Eleanor suddenly stood up, walked over to Ethan, and slapped him hard across the face. Ouch! How could you be so horrible, Ethan? She yelled. Do you even realize how much Claire has done for you? She's been taking care of you, doing all the housework, working, and raising Noah. How dare you betray her like this? This is unforgivable. Ethan flinched from his mother's words. I was just as shocked. I never imagined she would be this angry with him, but she didn't seem like she was calming down. I've had enough of you, she snapped. I'm telling your father about this and will make sure to disown you. I didn't raise my son to be like this. From now on, he'll be on your own, Ethan. Then she turned to me. Claire, I'm so sorry for all of this. Please just divorce Ethan and live in a house with Noah. If you want, you can even invite your parents to live with you. What? Mom, what are you talking about? Ethan asked, his voice full of panic. That house is ours, right? Stop being so foolish. Eleanor shot back. Claire is the one who worked hard to build that house, so it's hers. You can stay here with your so-called young wife and have her take care of you. No way, Ethan said frantically. She only wanted to marry me because of the new house. She said she wouldn't have to do housework or take care of me. If she doesn't get to live in the house, it's over for us. Eleanor scoffed. I don't care. That's your own problem. What? Ethan shouted. Claire, please, he begged, panic in his voice. I'm so sorry for what I did. Let's start over and we'll raise Noah together, okay? As I listened to him, everything suddenly became clear. I ignored his words and grabbed the divorce papers. Without hesitation, I signed them. Oh, Claire, you're the one who asked for the divorce, I said coldly. So why don't you enjoy your new life with your new wife? I'll take care of Noah in our new house. So don't worry about us. You'll never get to see Noah again. Ethan turned pale. I packed up my things, loaded the car, and moved into our new house with Noah. The divorce was finalized and I filed for child support. As expected, Ethan was dumped by his young girlfriend. Since I was always home, he never had a chance to cheat, so I couldn't ask for alimony. But he lost so much. He was cut off from his parents, couldn't see his son, and was left alone with no one to care for him. His only choices were to hire someone or move into a nursing home. No matter how much disability pension he got, it wouldn't be enough to cover his expenses or rent. But that wasn't my problem anymore. I hope Ethan realizes what a jerk he was and reflects on what he did. As for me, I moved into the two-family home with Noah and my parents. I stayed in touch with Eleanor and Jack, and we would sometimes have dinner together so they could see how Noah was doing. Now I'm doing better than ever. I work from home and earn more than I did at my old job. I finally get to live happily with my family. I'll continue cherishing my loved ones and making great memories with them. Ethan was a selfish, terrible husband who betrayed the woman who had given him everything. He got exactly what he deserved. I hope he spends the rest of his life alone in that wheelchair. And I hope Claire and her family live a peaceful, happy life in the home she worked so hard to build. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the next video.